Today I'm gonna tie for you a Mayfly spinner. This is favorite tri fly from a friend of mine, Jan, so I'm gonna tie it for him today in a video. Hooks, tri fly hooks, standard. This is a 16 on a Hanak barbless, very nice hooks. First thread, I'm gonna use this time a white thread. It's called elastic thread, as you can see. It's a sort of thread that they use a lot for sewing the sweaters, the wool sweaters. I start on the eye and I go back. It's a fairly simple fly to tie. You can tie it in sizes up to 16. You can choose 16, 18. I wouldn't go small. But for the canis, you can go 20, 22 as well. It's a special case. For the tails, microfibets. Take a small amount of them, 4, 5. I know the original, the insects in nature, they have 3 tails or 2 tails, but fish doesn't know how to count, and this will last longer. Let's say that it will be, the tails will be the length of my body, shank of the hook. At this point I cut it off. Let's say I park the thread around 2/3 to the eye. I leave a third to the right. A third or a fourth is not really so important, but around a third it would do. This material is polyarn. I love this one for my spinners because it's a sort of grayish, it's like a dirty white color. I really like it, works very good. Take a clump, few centimeters that allow you to work comfortably. And first of all, you just bring it in, and once you have it, you just make an 8. Okay. Once you have your 8 make, sorry, I will have to put my fingers in front of the camera. You can move it and place it where you want it. It's a spinner, so you want, and you tie it, you want your wings will be sticking out to the sides. So let's say that now you tie it fixed into the form of an 8, and then you just can go backwards and give a little bit of a form of a conical body to shape the fly. Remember, this is the dead body of a small mayfly that is floating down the river. Now you can tie it off. This is not a very traditional way of doing it, but I'm using some new materials and you will see directly what and why. So you see, I have now the wings and the body of my little spinner. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna be using this product from Hens. It's called Body Kill. The Body Kills is a very nice synthetic plastic transparent sword material that it gives a lot of translucency to the body, so you can find it in all colors, and I use it to build it up my bodies. So now I go on top of the white, and the white will give him a nice sort of translucency, gives like a good background for the main color that you're gonna use. See, and it gives you this sort of shyness to the body. Looks very nice. The idea is now just cover the white on this body kills. Be careful not to pull too much because it's a very delicate material, and it gives you a very natural effect like the body of the insects. A little form of AIDS. For the wing. And now comes the most difficult part, because tying off with this plastic is very complicated, since it's a very thin thread and it cuts off very easily. So what I do is I just secure it 1 or 2 turns at a time, let it hang, and then I will help it stretch with my needle. This way I don't risk to break it. Now I cut it off, and I can seal it with a little bit of head cement. That's the most important part, because this is not a very strong thread to tie with. Once it's sealed with the head cement, will not come off. Now the last step is just simply cut my wings to length and shape them a little bit. My length is, I pull them back, and I like to cut them a little bit longer than the, you see, a little bit longer than the length of the hook. Remember, these are the wings of a mayfly. Sorry if I use the term mayfly, because in English all the Ephemeroptera are called mayflies. I know here in Belgium the mayfly is only the big one. So see, now I have this beautiful pattern of a spent. But what I'm going to do now is to shape it. I'm going to give a little bit of that, how do you call it, roundness to the wings. I'm opening a little bit the tails, and I just cut off a little bit diagonal to shape the wings a little bit. Very nice pattern, one of the favorites from my friend. He got a very nice grayling last time we were together on this pattern. Especially in the morning early, when all those dead bodies are floating down the river. It's something very nice to use. You must have it in your box for sure. And there you go. That's my personal version of a spinner of a mayfly. Vary the color, the sizes, and you can cover basically all of them. Thanks for watching, and see you the next pattern.